Isn't it stunning?
The lines, they're just so classic.
I just don't think it's going to age.
No, it won't. It's just going to be beautiful like this forever.
A true S-Class.
You're watching Throttle House. I'm Thomas.
And I'm James.
And this is the EQS.
S meaning S-Class, as in this is the S-Class of EVs, literally. And as you can see, it's a technological marvel. And we'll take a couple courses and read a massive owner's manual to show you that in a minute. But before that, we need to find out if this car works as an S-Class. Because none of the technology matters a lick if this isn't a quiet, soft, comfortable cruiser that allows you to sink into inches of soft leather and let the world around you melt away in a supple isolation chamber of German refinement. After all, this is the future of luxury transport, right? Let's find out.
If you're new to Throttle House, we do car reviews, track tests, and quite a lot of messing around. So subscribe and hit the bell. Okay, we are just outside of Los Angeles. Fancy.
It's
Wow.
beautiful here.
It is beautiful here. And we
Nice
are on...
barren wasteland hills.
Yeah, just the lovely haze.
I actually love it here.
Pollution.
I love
Yeah,
it.
no, it's very nice.
We're not cold.
No, well, that's not exactly true. It has been kind of chilly. And it's currently the same temperature in Toronto that it is here, which is unfortunate.
Anyway, the EQS.
Why did we come here?
The S-Class
Yes.
EV.
We're on a highway that somehow isn't filled with traffic, even though we're near LA. And I've got the modes. All right, we're now in full comfort mode. And I've got the self-driving kind of stuff on, so it's keeping me in the center of the lane.
And if you indicate,
If I indicate, it will turn. Ready?
it
Watch
will
this.
change lanes for you.
I do
Well,
that.
it decides it's safe.
Yeah,
Did it auto brake as well?
it did. Oh, there it goes. It waited for a moment, and then, oh!
And then go back left?
Nah, that's really neat, you know?
It's very nice. And that's kind of about the best. Like, I have a weird thing with the self-driving stuff because I
Yeah.
think the middle ground is strange. I like adaptive cruise. I kind of like the indicator thing, but it's still a bit weird.
Yeah.
Until I can drive fully autonomously, read a book, and eat some food.
You don't really care that
I
much.
don't really care.
Yeah, no, I think I agree. Because this isn't autonomous. You just have to pay full attention.
Yeah.
Or it yells at you.
Can I say something slightly controversial?
Okay.
It's not that quiet in here.
No, I have also noticed that. There's quite a lot of road noise. To be fair, we're on a concrete highway.
What do you mean? It's flat concrete.
Yeah, but concrete's rougher than asphalt. And, okay, but I was in it on this road on an RS7 recently, and it's
Yeah.
about the same level of volume.
Well, this is on the range-optimized summer tires, so I don't know
Right.
if that contributes to the sound.
Maybe.
Some benefit of the doubt there, but it doesn't feel S-Class quiet in here.
I will say that the ride is very nice, though. I don't
The
really
ride
have
is
any
good.
issues with
Yeah,
that.
it doesn't waft, but it
No, it doesn't. So the S-Class will do this. We say waft. What does that mean? It doesn't mean, it means like the car does this nice float over the bumps, right?
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of the issue with this car is its weight, because it weighs more than 5,800 pounds.
Yeah, it's the same as the space shuttle. Actually,
Yes.
did you know that?
That suspension is working harder than Atlas holding up the globe. Imagine being the bed that has to hold up Hagrid in that little hut.
Yeah.
It's screaming like,
It's screaming,
please.
everyone-
I think the suspension's already
That's what the
started
suspension's
in a
doing.
difficult place.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about something positive for a second.
Okay.
So this is the 580.
Right.
We got a bunch of horsepower,
We do. Here, watch.
right?
It does weird noises, by the way.
Oh yeah, it does some funny.
Look, listen.
Can you brake hard? That sounds like some War of the World stuff.
It is totally War of the World. It's like those big things that pick people up and put them in a
Yes.
basket. That's what this car sounds like.
And I like that. And
Do you like it? Okay.
I do, and I also think excitingly, this is the first time we've been in an electric luxury vehicle, and we have consistently said, whether we're sitting in a Rolls Royce or a Maybach, that an electric powertrain is to luxury, or will be to luxury, as spaghetti is to meatballs, and I don't have a metaphor there. And it works.
No, it really does. Like the way that the torque rolls on in this is very well calibrated. It's incredibly sophisticated feeling, and like this feels correct. Like what I'm doing right now,
Yeah.
driving you on a highway, it feels correct as an EV.
And do you want more power than this?
No, I absolutely, in a car like this, I do not need any more straight line performance because as it is, it's already an ethereal experience.
I just,
It's so
I just
strange.
wished it looked as good as these noises sound.
Yeah.
And that's because even though it might look like one of those crustaceans stuck to the back of a humpback whale, it has to look like that to be as clever as it is. You see, it's so slippery, it's basically like a fish cutting through the road. In fact, it has a drag coefficient of 0.2, which makes it the car with the lowest drag coefficient ever. I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you?
Well, apparently, I'm doing a video of the Lucid, mate. Why don't you stay in your video?
I am in my video. You stay in your video. Stay out of my timeline.
This is my timeline.
Anyway, as you were.
Yeah, please continue.
So maybe it didn't have to look like this to have that drag coefficient, but as a result of that, it does have crazy range.
Okay, it's not that crazy. 547 kilometers, 340 miles. It's just in the realm to eliminate range anxiety. It probably could be better though, and even though it's so aerodynamic, it's probably being held back by the fact that it weighs over 5,800 pounds. That's more than my full-size Ram pickup truck. And you can really feel that weight in the brakes, like really feel it. This does not have very confident braking, unfortunately. It's a combination of the fact that I think it's kind of going into regen, it kind of like pulls the pedal away from you a little bit, and there's a long throw to the pedal, and then there's not very much stopping power. So I'm not getting any fade, but it's just not a confident brake pedal. Okay, so there's a couple downsides. There's one very, very good upside. This is the best calibrated EV powertrain I think I've ever driven. It is incredibly beyond predictable, smooth, and precise on the throttle. I love it. It's so nice to drive. This feels like what a perfectly tuned twin turbocharged V12 wants to feel like. This feels like what all the luxury cars up until now have been trying to make their engines feel like. It doesn't punish you on the throttle, even in sport mode. It smoothly rolls on the power. It just feels so natural to drive in a straight line. They nailed it.
And power isn't the only thing that they've nailed in the EQS, because this one is optioned with 10-degree rear wheel steer. So despite the fact that it is a long luxury car, its turning radius is tiny, less than an A-Class. But that rear wheel steer and just the general steering experience in this car, especially out here in the canyons, joins the ranks of the brakes in being one of the lowest points of this car, because it's unpredictable. The way the rear wheel steer cuts in while you're mid-turn, and that just slight delay, and the way that it changes above 60 kilometers an hour to the same direction, which while is great for changing lanes on a highway, it doesn't provide any confidence when you're pushing this car. And when I say pushing this car, normally we're talking about taking the car to 7/10 or 8/10, like kind of driving it spiritedly. This car feels not confident at 3/10. I was following Thomas on an on-ramp onto one of the highways here, and he was in the RS7, just piddling along. And I was like, staying on the inside lane, the wall felt close to me. Like the way this manages its weight, it feels strained, and it doesn't help that the steering itself is incredibly numb. I've got enough mystery in my life. I do an escape room once a month. I don't need the steering input mid-corner in this very expensive car to be a mystery to me. So canyon driving doesn't work. Real world, it also falls down on an on-ramp. And don't forget, this is an S-Class. That doesn't mean it needs to be a canyon carver, but this is the sort of car you stick a VIP in the back and you say, get him away from the concert, the crowd's coming. So it should be able to hustle, and the driver should be able to have confidence. This is a good start for Mercedes, but I think that extra 800 pounds over the Model S and the Lucids of the world, you can really, really feel it. Maybe the AMG version will fix that, but you just can't beat this weight. Put it this way, if this car was on America's Next Top Model, that top model would be very squashed. Because it's on top of America's Next Top Model. Let's just talk about what this looks like.
Ta-da! Yeah.
Mixed.
Mixed driving impressions there from us, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't belong out here.
No.
Which is weird because I feel like we belong.
Do you feel like that?
Yeah, we saw a goat earlier, goat/deer.
Yeah, we didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
It's a goat/deer until proven otherwise.
I think that's a good metaphor actually, because I don't quite know what this is.
Yeah.
It's got like a Cyclops vibe.
Oh, you mean visually?
Visually.
Yeah, so my issue is that it kind of looks like the AMG GT 63
Four-door. Just the
four-door,
four-door. Yeah.
four-door one.
From the profile.
But it doesn't though, because that car has really good proportions. This car is fine here, and then it just goes beep,
Yeah.
beep at the end.
And that's not a frunk, because it's got the HEPA filter thing.
Right, yeah, which is very cool, by the way. The HEPA filter is very
It's
neat.
cool, but you lose a frunk.
Yeah, okay.
I'll take stinky air and a frunk.
Yeah, exactly. But the issue with this is that it doesn't look like they styled it. They put a cool grille on what was the computer said. Here is what your car must look like to have this much range.
And also the concept looked outrageously cool.
So cool.
So it neither looks like the concept or an S-Class.
No.
But unlike certain cars like a Lucid,
Yeah.
it does have
A lift gate thingy.
yeah,
Is that
like
what that's
a
called?
lift back.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool. There's lots of space. I don't have any issue with that. The tail lights,
Yes.
they look, what is the word? Exactly like an RS7.
I see what you mean. I think that is unfair though, because we'd have to have an RS7 nearby to be able to make that claim objectively. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think what really matters about this car is what happens in the inside, as with all S-Classes.
Yes.
So-
yes. Shall we
Yeah.
venture into the technological
Yeah.
future?
I'm hyper excited for it.
Is that a hyperscreen joke?
Maybe.
All right, soft close.
Nope. No soft close.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
This one hasn't got it.
Why?
I don't know.
How much does it cost?
133,000 US. But doesn't that feel better?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm so annoyed this costs so much. Right?
There you go. It's built-in satisfaction.
How much would you pay for something that looks like that?
Oh, unlimited money. Look at it. It looks like a raptor.
It looks very cool.
It's
And
so
if we had
cool.
long blonde hair, we would do a video on
And
that.
we do a walk around, yeah.
Yeah, as it is.
Anyway,
Oh, you got rid of it now.
I got my own screen. I want to play with it, right? So I got EQS guest. Oh,
I'm already logged in on
so
that.
the user is already logged in. Okay.
You got to do it without profile.
Okay, welcome.
And there you go.
I have my own media screen. How cool is this? Right? There's my charging options.
No, it's my charging.
It's my charging.
you're my passenger.
I have my own zone.
Right, can you give me a bit more charge, please? Because I've got range anxiety through the roof.
Well, if they were intelligent enough to put some like bike pedals down here, I would be able to help. But they have
Oh,
never
like
done
a-
it.
like
No
a-
one's done that
like
yet.
a pedalo.
Yeah, like
Like you get to exercise.
yeah. I'll just
Yeah,
do this.
Yeah.
It's a great idea, honestly.
Anyway,
you're welcome,
On
Mercedes.
to actual car stuff.
Yes.
The Hyperscreen.
Oh, this says Hey Mercedes. Hey Mercedes. Hey Mercedes.
Maybe you gotta be like more seductive, like, hey, Mercedes.
How can I help?
How you doing?
You got no mojo.
I got no mojo.
Anyway,
What's the temperature today?
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please?
so
What is the temperature today?
We found no information on the company you were looking for.
So
That works exactly like it always has.
Yeah, we haven't
Just
really-
completely not listening to anything you say and doing the wrong thing.
we haven't got on with the Hey Mercedes.
Not
that
once have
much.
I made that work.
Anyway, the Hyperscreen.
It is so cool.
I think
Like it's seriously so cool.
Like definitely gimmick by nature. Because
Yeah.
it doesn't add utility apart from the second screen.
Well, it does add utility because it's the biggest screens I've ever seen in a car. It also has CarPlay goes this way, which is nice.
Right.
So you have CarPlay up. It's huge. I will say that the steering wheel kind of blocks your buttons a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got 3D.
3D. Oh. It is really cool. And also when you use the augmented reality navigation,
Yes.
it's all this. There's so much information flying.
And it's on the head-up display now, so
Yes,
the arrows come
yeah.
in. No, I like the Hyperscreen. I think this might be a theme where I think they might have done too much to differentiate this as the new, because I noticed there was the new platform and everything.
Yeah.
I would have settled with an S-Class with the Hyperscreen
Yes.
as the electric one. Oh, is that the electric one because it gets the Hyperscreen
Yeah.
and the motor?
Yeah. So just make everything else S-Class like,
Yeah.
right? Because the back seats, we will put a picture of you trying to sit in them right now.
Yeah.
They're too short underneath your legs. There isn't enough headroom. They're too upright. They're too hard.
Yeah, and well, they just about fit me headroom, but Harrison is 6'6".
Yeah.
He cannot fit comfortably.
Not
in this
even
car
close.
by quite a margin.
I would say like someone who's 6'1" wouldn't be comfortable in the rear seats of this car.
Yeah, these seats are nice. These multi-contours.
These are fine, and
with
there's
the
like
pillow.
a big pillow. Yep, no, it's good.
These are massaging because we are in the exclusive package.
Right.
But because we're not in the pinnacle package, we don't have
name.
heated rear seats.
Yeah, that's weird.
So, and it's quite well spec this otherwise. So,
I mean, so I really do like the screen. I don't know if it makes up enough in the rest of the interior for me to go like S-Class, right? I think it's really cool, and I think it's a really great piece of technology. Like, it's all like scratch-proof glass, right? It's just one big,
it's a lovely
huge
screen.
piece.
If they
right?
carried this across the line, like definitely the new S-Class, we weren't massively impressed with that square screen that comes down. And the S-Class is supposed to take us forward.
Yes.
And this has done that. I think this is a step forward.
I would like a volume knob though. This does have like a volume
It has that,
tapper.
and you've got the slider here.
The slider here. It's okay.
It placates you.
It's pretty usable, but it is nice to have this. Like, this is fairly gimmicky for the passenger, but at the same time it's neat. I will say that, oh yeah, there's the filter that's taking up all of our frunk space.
Yes, but as a
Yeah.
result, we have the same air quality in here as outside. Oh, I see. But in the city, it was showing 3 p.m. 2.5. Great radio station.
Yeah.
And in here we were getting 1.2.
Right.
So
So
whatever
it was filtering out the
I'm sure that's
LA smog.
microparticles.
Nitrogen oxides.
So that's put 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I think that this has got the extra Alcantara headliner, which is really cool as well, right?
$1,600.
You know what it doesn't have? It doesn't have spin-out Burmester tweeters.
No, that's the. I think that would be the 3D sound system.
Oh, the crazy high-end one. The sound system is actually pretty good in this still.
It is
It's
good.
fine, yeah.
I love some of the design stuff going on here. I love these vents.
The vents are beautiful.
They've improved on them from the first time we saw the turbine vents. These have
Yep.
kind of got curved and aggressive, and I just wish the back seats are a bit more comfortable.
Back seats needs to be more spacious up here, more headroom overall in the car,
Yeah.
right? And well, the way it drives as well. Should we do a conclusion?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it's fair to say that our time in the electric S-Class didn't rock our socks off quite the way we hoped it would. It did, however, serve to confirm our suspicions that an electric powertrain and a luxury car are a perfect marriage, because the EQS makes it clear that even the smoothest V12 cannot compete with electric motors. But the rest of the car didn't quite hit the mark. An S-Class, Sonderklasse, electric or not, should have a prodigious amount of comfort and driving confidence, with a road presence to match. So, until it's tweaked a bit, this doesn't quite replace its petrol counterpart. Nor is it a clear win among its ever-growing list of luxury EV competitors. But, at the very least, it will be very interesting to see where the EQS and EQ brand as a whole will go as it evolves. Thanks for watching.